I kept having trouble recording, and it was because I kept trying to not be boring, which is one of the main reasons why we can't access the most genuine parts of ourselves usually. Because compared to how I was attempting to speak before, my speech is monotone, it's mundane, it's dry, but sometimes the excitement isn't there, and that doesn't mean anything significant oftentimes either. But the way that we've been trained to receive information and so many other things is it has to be done in a very excited way. But also at an objective level, your brain, I call it the standard of stimulation. Your brain, in my experience, the more titillating the stimulation that you expose it to visually, auditorily, the more loud explosions and fast-paced things that it sees over and back to back over and over, I find that the less it has, the less receptivity it has to that which in comparison is more slow-paced, dull, relatively dull. It's dull because it's by comparison. The fact that my mind prefers, listen, it wants silence now. It wants to be in silence. And I find myself at times being like, merely out of habit. You're like, no, wait. This is all too silent. It's too still. This isn't right. I need to look at some shit. I need to do something much more exciting. But that's the power of habit, and habit's a conversation in and of itself. I mean, there's a famous book about it, but you can see with honest observation how powerful habit is when, or just see yourself clearly at times and realize, like, wow, I'm doing this very automatically. I said this very automatically. I'm responding in this way with this feeling very automatically. It's a habit. You realize I'm not like necessarily choosing this. It's just here, and it's hard to get rid of. Boredom is essential. Boredom is good for you. There needs to be a new movement to show off the fact that you can sit in silence for fucking 30 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 10 minutes, that you can just sit in silence. That needs to be a new challenge. Make that shit cool. Because seriously, a lot of misery, I don't think it's trivial, the amount of misery we bring upon our lives from not seeing ourselves clearly. But not only not seeing ourselves clearly in terms of how we're behaving, but then also seeing certain habits clearly, lifestyle, how unhealthy some things are at just a basic factual level. The way that you're eating, the way that you're sleeping, the sedentary life, the way that you just speak with no mindfulness. These things matter so much, and its effects, I think, they're compounding. It starts off by just a little hurt, and that little hurt becomes more hurt, and then that hurt, because hurt people is true as hell. And you better believe that it doesn't just hurt go away. It keeps building and building. And although I think the majority of people who are just hurt to a point where they're destroyers, it's nothing where it's like true. It's not any kind of true violence. It's not going out and shedding blood. But what we are doing though, which is still some kind of a death, some kind of a destruction, is we're killing our potential. And not just our potential to be the best version of ourselves, to get the best job kind of potential, but our potential for a damn near measurable by comparison, I would say, a measurable amount of happiness, of peace, of joy, of good times, of good feelings, of a sounder mind, less stress, less pain. It's all so contagious, man, and we don't want to snap ourselves out of it.